Going. Again, my name is Pilar Arias, one of the hosts here of News Now, part of Fox10Phoenix.com. Let's get you all caught up with some of the day's top stories and headlines. Hope you're having a great day. First thing I want to get everybody up to speed on is what's going on with the Florida recount for votes more than a week after the election. Let's find out.
Election officials here in Broward County, Florida, donning blue surgical gloves this morning to examine duplications of damaged ballots that would not go into voting machines. This on the last full day of machine recounts. The state's 67 counties face a 3 p.m. deadline, after which their results have to be tabulated, sealed, and transmitted to the Florida Department of State. Some counties have warned that making that deadline might not be possible. And in another twist, a federal judge has ruled to give thousands of Florida voters 2 more days to fix their ballots if they weren't counted due to mismatched signatures. The campaigns of Senate opponents Rick Scott and Bill Nelson are both speaking out about that decision, with a lawyer for Nelson saying, quote, "Breaking big victory in our Florida signature mismatch lawsuit. Federal court extends deadline for voters to cure their rejected ballots until Saturday at 5 p.m. And the Scott camp has put out a statement. Quote, "We are immediately appealing this baseless decision, and we are confident we will prevail in the 11th Circuit." Let's be clear, Bill Nelson's high-priced Washington lawyers went to court to argue against a process that they previously argued for. But some experts say it may not matter.
The probability that Rick Scott's victory will be overturned in a recount is shockingly low.
Now, one race that's more likely to see resolution today, Florida's race for governor. Republican Ron DeSantis leading Democrat Andrew Gillum by a much wider margin in unofficial results. In Broward County, I'm Griff Jenkins, Fox News.
Thanks so much for that update there in Florida, Griff. Okay, everybody, this next story is from the Fox affiliate in San Antonio, Texas. It appears that police allegedly broke into or busted into the wrong house. Let's find out what happened there.
This is wrong. Why didn't you not explain to me first?
This woman will only call Lucille can barely think straight.
I said, what's going on? What's going on?
She had just gotten out of the shower when she says more than a dozen officers in tactical gear stormed in without warning.
Like bang, it's broken.
Traumatizing her and her young autistic son.
Like in the split of second, I realized that there's a lot of sheriff officer with their like lights in their, I don't know how to describe that.
Turns out a multi-agency drug unit was executing a warrant. We won't say who they're looking for. We can tell you, though, the name and address on the warrant match up, but officers raided the wrong home. The person they're looking for shares the same name but not address.
Bring me here outside.
The mother and son were forced outside, she says, during the raid. The child in his diaper, the mother handcuffed.
They handcuffed me like that. I said, my son, like, could you tell me what's going on?
She says she was mysteriously pulled over earlier in the day by several officers. A search of the vehicle turned up nothing. Several doors of her home are temporarily damaged. She's afraid the emotional scars may be permanent.
Why didn't you not explain to me first? And I have my son. Why did you not let me wear slippers first? Like, I'm so shocked. I don't know.
All right, that was Darian Trotter reporting. I just tried to look up some info on exactly where that was, and it appears that it was in Leon Valley, which is a suburb of the San Antonio metropolitan area. Again, you're watching News Now, part of Fox10Phoenix.com. The memorial service for Sergeant Ron Healis still not underway, so I got a few more top stories to get everybody all up to speed with this Thursday. Can you believe it? Next week already is Thanksgiving. I know I am ready for some turkey, some stuffing, some cranberries, some potatoes. I cannot wait. Hope you guys are excited too. Okay, this next story is about a child abandoned on a sidewalk. Let's get the latest.
911, location of your emergency.
The call for help came from this Cocoa neighborhood. A man in the area for a yard sale Sunday spots a toddler near the side of the road.
I went by this house about half hour ago, probably about 25 minutes ago, There's a baby outside the car in a car seat.
Deputies say the Good Samaritan called them when he saw the toddler was still there at the end of the driveway with no adults in sight. The sheriff's office responding to Gatewood Street.
You can't even see out the windows to watch this baby.
Making contact with the people who live inside this home. According to an arrest report, the child's mother, Brittany Eggert, told them the child was only left unattended for a couple of minutes, but investigators say the time between the 911 call and when they arrived was 16 minutes, and no one was with the child that whole time. Deputies say they also learned the 2-year-old has several medical conditions, including seizures, cerebral palsy, and he's blind in both eyes. They were told the child could have a seizure if his body temperature rises, and it was 83 degrees outside at the time. Paramedics checked the toddler out at the scene, and investigators say the child's parents, Eggert and Randall Crockett, were arrested. No one was home when we stopped by today. Deputies say DCF has been notified.
All right, we're taking it out to Illinois now for this next top story, where it appears that prison barbers actually make some big bucks.
It's a weekday morning at the Hyde Park Barber Studio. All 4 chairs are filled with customers. The barber's pole is spinning, and so are the barbers when I show them what we found. Here's what the barbers are making at the state level.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Those are pretty impressive numbers.
Those numbers are the salaries of 22 full-time licensed barbers and 2 barber teachers employed by the Illinois Department of Corrections to cut hair in the state's prisons. And would you be surprised to learn
Illinois is paying a lot, employing a lot, and this is just another example of just how bad it is here in the state.
Records obtained by Fox 32 and Open the Books show 15 prison barbers made more than $87,000 a year in 2017. At least 2 have topped 6 figures in the past 2 years. Altogether in 2017, Illinois taxpayers spent nearly $2 million to cut prisoners' hair. We checked with other states and couldn't find any paying that kind of money for prison barbers. In fact, New York State and California, both with larger prison populations, apparently use inmates to cut hair. New York City's jail system does employ 11 barbers, but they only make an average of about $36,000 a year.
Typical for Illinois is paying up to 2 times more per position in barbering than these other states. And New York is a union stronghold state.
In a statement, an Illinois Department of Corrections spokesperson says the calculation of wages for barbers is based on an agreement between the state and the International Union of United Food and Commercial Workers. Per the agreement, barbers are subject to a prevailing wage rate. But barbers we showed those numbers to say they only wish that were the prevailing wage. How's that stack up with what you make in the private sector?
Oh, they killing us.
Really?
Yeah. That's a real good part. Could I get a job?
According to the Federal Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average barber salary in Illinois is $43,000 a year. Owner Abdul Kareem says while he's happy to see some barbers making big money, as a business owner, he has a different reaction.
It's extremely frustrating to taxpayers, and I believe that we get fleeced all the time in Illinois.
Just one more way Illinois taxpayers are getting a haircut. Dane Placco, Fox 32 News.
All right, everybody. I would like to get a little bit of a YouTube chat discussion going on here. We borrow books, right? DVDs. We reuse utensils and plates, dishware, that type of things at restaurants. What else would you borrow or reuse? We're going to take it out to Colorado now, where this next top story is about a coffee shop attempting to go green and is reusing some coffee mugs. Would you do it? Let everybody know on the YouTube chat.
You want to do a sweet latte?
Whether you like to drink it black or you like it frothy,
that's what I like.
Coffee seems to be the one thing almost everyone can agree on.
What's better than like pastries and coffee to like bring people together, you know?
One downside, though, is the number of paper cups each customer goes through.
Tens of thousands. Tens of thousands.
Just in Boulder, coffee drinkers go through about 44 million of these every year.
and all of them end up right here in the trash can.
The problem is it's not recyclable, and I think a lot of people don't realize that. It has a very thin plastic lining on the inside.
Dagny Tucker came up with a green solution.
And they order their coffee and they may check out this vessel instead of leaving with a paper or plastic cup.
Vessel is a free service for customers.
I see my friendly barista, I say, I'd like to check out a vessel for my coffee today.
Sure. And it works a lot like a library or a bike share program, except you're sharing reusable mugs instead.
Oh, I don't want to do that. The reality is if you've ever eaten at a restaurant and eaten off a fork, then you've been involved in a share previously.
She says it's perfect for people like Joe.
I have an embarrassing number of mugs in my backseat.
Because you don't have to worry about buying it, carrying it around, or washing it.
I don't. They wash it, sanitize it.
The cups are checked out using a QR code and an app on your phone, and you just have to return it within 5 days.
You put it in the kiosk, there's a little handle, you pull the handle,
and you're done. Ashley Michaels, Fox 31.
That story did exactly what I was hoping. It got some people talking on the YouTube chat. Some people say, absolutely, I would do it. Other people go, no. But you think about it, like if you order coffee or tea at a restaurant, aren't you reusing? I mean, it's being sanitized, it's being washed, so. Okay, let's get you all caught up. One of my favorite stories to bring you every single day. I believe it's Tracy Carrasco. Sometimes they get other reporters doing it. Yep, it's her. She's got our business briefs.
A new survey ranking the best airports in the U.S. Coming in at #1, Denver International, soaring in the rankings for reliability, value, and convenience in the first ever Wall Street Journal survey of the 20 largest U.S. airports. Coming in second, Orlando, Florida, then Phoenix, Atlanta, and Dallas-Fort Worth. The survey looked at items from security line wait times to Yelp ratings for food. KFC wants you to look finger-licking good. It's launching a collection of chicken-themed clothing, partnering up with the brand Human Made. Some items in the collection, like a 1970s-style racing jacket, are selling for nearly $400. And just in time for Christmas with the family, Hidden Valley is debuting its new Magnum bottle of ranch dressing. It holds nearly 2 liters or half a gallon of ranch. It's available starting on December 3rd for $25. For more, log on to foxbusiness.com. In New York, I'm Tracy Carrasco.
Man, they always do something with that ranch. Last year, wasn't it like the ranch keg or something? Speaking of airport security lines, TSA pre-check, if you haven't heard about it, paying for the service you could get in the faster line. Some say it's worth it. Just to let you know. We're back out live in Philadelphia. It's like we took a flight there, right? Or teleported. Where it's snowing, we are not seeing any of that white stuff here in Arizona just yet. I don't believe Flagstaff is seeing any right now anyway. Checking to see if I have a tower cam up there. I do not. Snowing at the White House as well. Show you that live picture. Still waiting for the memorial service for Sergeant Ron Helis to get started. As soon as it does, I'll bring it to you live here on News Now, which is a part of Fox10Phoenix.com. Hope you all are having a fabulous afternoon wherever you are.